He's right there. I can't really see him from where I'm at. I'm trying to touch the fence. He's right there. He's a black and white one, all different colors. I think he's the only rooster we have, which is good. But I only wanted 1 or 2. Do I think we got 1 or 2? Maybe one of these might be a rooster. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday. And today I'm home alone. We're taking my dog for a walk, right, Jakey? Here you go for a walk. Right, KK, you gonna follow us? Nope. Hopefully no cat falls today. I don't like being followed by cats because they're dumb. They won't get a road, and we've already lost 2 cats to the road. But yeah, they're cats. They don't listen to nobody. But let's take a walk, Jake. Ready? Anyways, guys, before we go, I want to show you guys my fermentation stuff I got going on. I'm big on fermentation and dehydrating because it saves a lot more nutrients than canning. Plus, I don't really know how to can. And freezing also takes a lot of nutrient away too. We usually freeze our meat, but we don't really grow our own meat, honestly, which we should start. We're thinking about maybe getting a pig now, or maybe a cow, and having someone go like half and half on it, so maybe like a quarter on it, like 3 other people. Because we got people that might want a cow, because we got this little deep freeze now in here, and we might be able to put a quarter of a cow in it. But of course, then we're gonna get deer meat in the winter anyway, so I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm big on fermentation because it's really good for you, and yeah, and dehydrating because it's also really good. I've been dehydrating zucchini for like the last 3 days, and I'm also gonna dehydrate a bunch of what do you call it? A bunch of the tomatoes, probably. I might try fermenting tomatoes, which is a thing I didn't know you could do. But yeah, everything else I basically fermentate or dehydrate, so pretty cool. Anyways, guys, let's get this day started. We'll come back in a few minutes. So, alright, guys, we'll get this day started here, guys. 2 minutes, and click about X. But you guys, if you've been so. Hey, guys, I'm back. So down here is our fermentation jars. I got 4. I got 4 glass ones. One isn't really being used for fermentation, for kombucha, which is technically fermentation. And I got 1 giant crock. For the, what do you call it? For I can't remember what it's called. Cabbages. There we go. Making sauerkraut fermentation wise. Okay, so here we got kombucha, which is really good for you. I like it actually. It tastes like cider. This is a giant one for cabbage. We got a bunch of cabbage. And here is pickles. This is just random vegetables I get right now. It has mostly full green beans and some turnips and other stuff I got. And back here we got pickles or peppers, which I'm going to make pepper hot sauce as soon as I get some hot peppers. Right now it's basically just sweet peppers because that's what came on first for some reason. And my really real hot peppers haven't come on yet. I got habaneros and I got ghost peppers. I'm gonna take some of those, spice them in there with all the sweet peppers and all the other stuff I got. Let it fermentate, blend it up, strain out the soup. Boom, hot sauce. It'll be pretty good, guys. Fermented hot. And if it's too hot, I'll add a little bit of honey to it because yeah, it might be hot. Hopefully it's not too hot. I mean, I can handle pretty hot stuff. I've been eating a lot of hot stuff lately. But I've never tried ghost peppers or habaneros, so we'll see how that goes. It'll be fun. Right, Jake? At this point, I could eat, like, jalapenos and most peppers. Not even... Right now, I eat Texas hot sauce, which is pretty hot, actually. Like, regular Texas Pete don't even do it for me no more. And Texas Pete is my favorite hot sauce, by the way. So I like Texas Pete hotter hot sauce, which is, like... I think it's, like, almost... I'm not even sure if it's habanero. It might be somewhere close to that. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Let's give my dog for a walk. So, hey, guys, I'm back. We're going to go ahead and walk up there with my dog. It's actually not a hot day, but it's very humid out here, if that makes sense. It's humid, but not hot. We need to cut grass soon. Hey, did I tell you before I got a new lawnmower, guys, by the way? Our old lawnmower still works. It just needs a little bit of work done to it. But it keeps breaking down on us all the time. So we got a newer lawnmower, which we got it for actually pretty cheap. But the reason why I got it so cheap is, one, because it's like off-brand model, so it's not like a really good brand of lawnmower. I mean, it's a cheaper brand lawnmower. That's one reason. Plus, they hit it onto something, and like the whole front bumper is all busted up. But I mean, it runs, and it also needed a battery, which is another reason I got super cheap. And it also needs blades on it because they're kind of rusty and bent. But yeah, it worked amazing. I cut grass with it, so yeah, it was amazing. Even though the blades are a little bit bent, but they're not super bent, so they don't really do. Like you can tell when you cut grass, it's like wavy, which is not the best idea. And also they're rusted, so we just had to get new blades for it, which actually came. We just got to put them on, and yeah, now it's basically a brand new lawnmower. It's like 3 or 4 years old, which is pretty amazing compared to what our lawnmower had like the 1980s. Seriously, our old lawnmowers from the 1980s. It was a big old messed up thing. And I didn't like it at all. It was awkward. It was crazy. By the way, the new lawnmower is not as powerful as the new one. It doesn't have as big of an engine, which sometimes we let our grass get a little bit too high. It doesn't like it. But if we get to keep the grass cut low, like it is now, it doesn't mind it. So it shouldn't be too bad. Right, Jake? Talking to myself, huh? What do people think when I walk down the road talking to myself? What do people watch me? Granted, if no one can see me from here, because the only people that can see me are down the road, and they can't see me this far because all these trees, and plus it's a hill. But cars can see me walking down the road talking to myself. Like right now, I hear one in the background. Yep, there comes right now. I wonder if they think I'm crazy talking to myself. Might just think I'm talking on the phone to somebody or doing a conference call or something. It could be a conference call. You never know. Also, guys, we're getting a new car. Well, not a brand new car, but like we're getting one of the newest cars we've ever had. Like a newer model car. We're getting a 2008 Jeep. What was it? It was a 2008 Jeep. What was it? It was a 2008 Jeep. Not Cherokee. It's a smaller version of a Jeep. Come on, Jake, out of the road. Jake, out of the road. Jake, out of the road. You get out of the road. You stupid dog. Jake, you're gonna get ran up on these days because my dog does not. I only walk my dog over here because he likes to run up by the road by himself. If I take him by with him, he won't go by himself because he gets too tired. Because he likes to do it by himself if he gets out. Which he gets out because yeah, he does nuts. He can open our doors with his claws, which is insane. Which I've never seen a dog that can do that, but he can. If you don't shut doors like completely tight, he can get his claws in here and open the door open. Which I have no idea how he does that, but he does. He's a crafty little dog, aren't you, Jake? And he likes to run up the road by himself, and I'm afraid to get ready. Because he takes off for like an hour or two sometimes by himself, which scares me. What was I going to say? Oh, we got a new Jeep. It's a 2008 Jeep, Escape. There we go. Is it Escape? Yeah, it's a smaller Jeep. All-wheel drive. It's not that many miles on it either. It has less than 100,000 miles on it, I think. And our current Jeep, which, yeah, our current Jeep, it needs some body work done to it. But it's breaking out all the time also. We're just tired of fixing it all the time, so we want to try to get something newer, which will be pretty cool. We're putting a lot of work into it. We just put like all new brakes on, new tires. It's kind of insane. But we're tired of putting work into it all the time. It breaks down like every 3 months or so because it's just so old. And also now the body's going bad on it, so now we got to weld the body back together, which in our state, I don't know about your guys' state, in our state you can go up to 8%, I think, of your body being welded together with like still, and there's also not like the main frame. It's like, it's weird. They say it's possible to weld it back together and run it for probably, they say even at that, it might only last like 1 or 2 more years. So we're just gonna get this out of the car because it's cheap. We found it, we're paying a payment on it. So we can't use it right now because the guy won't get it to us until we make the full payments on it, which is pretty cool. We have the whole thing worked out with it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Once we get that car, it's gonna be, I mean, it has a sunroof and AC works in it finally. So it's gonna be pretty nice. I like it. I've only seen it. And also it's pretty cheap because one, they got it at an auction. They got it for cheap. And two, it has a little bit, needs a little bit of work done to it. There's a little bit of rust on the side panels. And the frames are, it also needs something on the motor also. It needs something on the motor, which isn't too hard to fix. And then after that, it needs a little bit of side work done because somebody hit it with the door. The doors are kind of smushing, but they work. Everything rolls down and rolls up. All the windows work, so it doesn't stop the door from everything. So it's fine. Just cosmetic stuff mostly. But all of it looks good underneath it and everything. No rusty on the frames or anything, which is cool. Has brand new tires on it, which is a good thing. And now I'm just mumbling. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you once we get to the top of the hill. So, hi, guys. I'm back. Come on, Jake. By the way, what's your guys' favorite way of preserving food? A lot of people just go straight to canning, which, yeah, it's good for, like, a bunch of stuff. You can can meat with it, which is actually really, well, not necessarily. You can dehydrate meat, but it turns into, like, you can't, like, you know, make, like, soup out of it and things. It turns into, like, jerky. But you can't dehydrate meat. You can't really dehydrate pork, but you can dehydrate cows and deers, but you can't really. Now, if we had the money, the best way, in my opinion, would be to get a freeze dryer, which is like dehydrating, but it's a lot better. You can dehydrate a lot more stuff. You can basically take like a mill, like you literally take like, put your food on a plate, whatever, like your leftovers. Let's say you make like a big pot of like stew or leftovers or something. You can take that, shove it right into the dehydrator, put it on there for like, I don't know how long. I think it's like up to like 24 hours. I think is how long some of it takes. And you just put it in a bag with a desiccant packet, seal it. It has to be like a Mylar bag, without like, it can't be plastic because plastic doesn't stop it. Or you can put them in like glass jars too, I think. And then you basically have a whole meal ready to go. And it'll last for 25 years, upwards of 25 years. And it only takes like 2 to 3%. It only loses 2 to 3% of its nutrient value, which is pretty cool. Which I'm all about that nutrient value nowadays. Canning is good because it lasts forever basically. And you can can meat with it, which is like the easiest way to go about it. There's water canning and there's pressure canning. Pressure canning, you have to use meat or anything that's not acidic. So basically anything that's not tomatoes, basically, you have to like pressure can, which they used to like water bath. My dad, when he was growing up, they said they water bath can sausage all the time, which, yeah, you can, but there's a pretty high risk of getting botulism because botulism can't be killed by regular canning. And if you water can and it's not acidic enough to kill the botulism, then it'll grow in the can. And that's how a lot of people used to get sick back in the old days. until they invented pressure canning. Now, my family has a weird hate thing with pressure canning. My family knows how to, we water bath can every once in a while, but I've never water bath can. I don't know how to do it. My mom, dad, they used to do it when they was younger, but they hate pressure canning because they feel like it's unsafe because it's a big container under pressure. We don't even have a pressure canner. We have a water bath canner, but not a pressure canner, which technically the same thing. It doesn't have a lid to it no more. Which, yeah, they don't like, they don't like pressure canning, especially my mom. So I need to figure out how to do it. I mean, we don't really have to because we got dehydrator and we got a freezer now, and it's pretty easy to, like, most people just freeze their stuff. Just like most people freeze vegetables and everything nowadays. It's like the easiest, most convenient way. But when you freeze stuff, it loses a lot of nutrients also. Granted, it's not as much as if you get frozen fruit from the store, because usually they pick it and it sits for a while and they freeze it. But if you like pick it and freeze it immediately, you only lose like maybe 20% of nutrients, but still that's a lot compared to like dehydrating. Dehydrating, you lose like 5 to 10, and then freeze drying, you lose like maybe 3 to 4, maybe. Especially if you like pick it right away and then dehydrate or freeze dry. Freeze dryers are expensive right now, but they're probably gonna come on cost pretty soon. Like, it's in like the last like 10 years they just finally started making one for your house. Before it was like a big factory thing, and you had to pay like $10,000-$20,000 for one. Now you can get one for like $4,000, a decent sized one, so for your home use. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And also the thing about freeze drying is it takes forever, like a dehydrator does. So yeah, you have to go bigger if possible, because it takes all day to dehydrate. Like a zucchini takes like 12 hours to dehydrate, especially our zucchini, because it's packed full of water because it's been raining a lot. Which, it's weird, it's been raining a lot, like almost every other day around where we live, but we're actually not getting much rain in the rainstorms. So we're actually in a drought right now, which is weird. But you can tell how like some of the grass is dead because we're actually not getting enough water. But the thing is, if you got to the gardens where we have like cover crops and stuff, there's actually full of water. It's actually insane how much water we have in the gardens. Like, yeah, I guess because we've been doing cover crops and stuff like that, it really helps out. And plus we don't really mulch per se, because I tried mulching a couple times. Like, I guess you could have just a bunch of organic matter in the soil, because organic matter holds on to moisture. We add a bunch of compost and everything, try to every year, and we try to add as much organic matter as you can, because the more organic matter you have, the better it is. Like, that's why. And also, like, the 2 things you need for plants anywhere on the planet, if you have these 2 things, you'll basically be able to grow anything. Either high organic matter and living roots as long as possible in your soil. Come on, Jake, get out of the road. Come on, get out of the road. Jake, out of the road. Our dog does not want to listen to me. Granted, yeah, you need NP and K, but most soils has enough of it. And then most of the time, if you grow cover crops, you can actually mine for NP and K. And then you just need trace minerals, which almost every soil on the planet has enough trace minerals. Anywhere, same maybe like the big giant farm, because they literally suck everything out of them, because they just suck them dry. And I hate big scale farms. They literally plant like one crop for hundreds of miles. Seriously, like 10,000 acres of corn, 10,000 acres of soybean at a time. No, they should at least put like a couple rows of flowers every like 100 feet or so, just for the bees. You know, like, it's insane. And then they kill everything with pesticides, and it's actually insane. It's actually insane, like, in the modern agriculture system. And then they don't, and then in the winter, when they can't grow anything, like out in like the west where it gets cold, they can't grow anything, they literally spray it with another Roundup, another thing of like probably Roundup or whatever they use. It's actually worse than that now. They have worse stuff than Roundup. They spray it with that, kill everything, and then they let the soil sit there all winter, and then they till it up again in the spring, and then they plant that, which is actually insane. That's why they lose so much soil, and why the topsoil is disappearing. That's why like modern farms will farm an area for like 10 to 15 years, and then once it's dead, they'll just go somewhere else and buy new land. And then they usually build houses on it where it's flat, which is insane. That's kind of like what they used to do around here with coal mines, because they used to strip mine everything. And then when they strip mine, they would flatten it out, and then they'd build houses there, which is really where most of the modern like housing complexes are, is where they knocked down the mountain, like, and then they didn't put it back, and then they basically made it flat, and they put houses there because it's nice and flat. Because that's the only place you get flat land in West Virginia. Actually, we had coal mines down here. All of this is actually undermined. So yeah, they actually strip mined it too a little bit. That's why it shows like there's like a pure cliff off back here. It goes like almost 9 degrees, because that's where they took all the mountain out. And then they put a mine into the mountain, which I have no idea why they would do that, but okay. But that's when he was a kid, he used to get down and get coal with a donkey and bring it back to the house and use it for their furnace in the house, or my grandma's house, which is insane to think about. Different times, I guess. Yeah, all that was undermined. There's actually still holes under stuff too you can fall down into. And there's actually a coal mine, but they blew it up so nobody can go in and get hurt. Which they kept that we could be growing mushrooms in it, which would be pretty cool, but yeah, nobody thought ahead, did they? Granted, it was probably better because they didn't want like kids or anything going in there and getting hurt and then suing them. So yeah, they just blew up the, when I say blood, I blew up the mouth of the coal mine. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I guess I'll talk to you guys when I get back home. So, hi guys, I'm back. So, I should show you guys the chicken dudes. Also, we had some bad news. We had a chicken die last night, which nothing ate it like predator-wise. It just died of old age because it's 1 year old. We had it for like 8 years. It's the last chicken. It was the first chicken we got. One of the first chickens we got. We got 8 in the beginning, and this was the last bunch of it. So, they all passed away, which is kind of sad. I buried this one because it was the last one. My mom was really attached to it because it was the oldest chicken we had. So I buried it up here. We'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to show you the burial, not the dead chicken, obviously. But, yeah. Here's a chickadoos. Chickadoos. What are you guys doing? Look how big you guys are getting. Where's Mr. Rooster? Are you going to crow? I don't even see Mr. Rooster. He's not even in there. He's back that way, probably. If I throw anything, they go nuts over it. They go absolutely ballistic over it. They're crazy. They're absolutely insane, actually. Okay. Anyway, let's walk up here. I'll show you the new burial. Oh, there's Mr. Rooster. He finally came out. There he is. He's hidden back that way. Can you guys see him back there? I don't know if you can see him. He's right there. I can't really see him from where I'm at. I'm trying to touch the fence. He's right there. He's a black and white one, all different colors. I think he's the only rooster we have, which is good. But I only wanted 1 or 2. Do I think we got 1 or 2? Maybe one of these might be a rooster. But they're all following me, really? Really following me around? Seriously? Follow the leader. Bark, bark, bark. Here's where I buried the chicken. I made a nice deep hole because we've had things dig up animals before when we bury them around here. So I put this 3 feet deep and I put the saw back on top. So hopefully it's deep enough. Also, guys, I gotta show you this. This is a groundhog. Groundhogs are very destructive. The groundhog made this giant hole. Look at this. Look at that. They made a giant hole. And they made another hole underneath the fence over there. It's actually insane how much... They made this giant hole. We put stuff in it and we put one over there. And also they made another hole up here, which is how the chickens keep getting out. They're insane. They're making holes everywhere. What are you guys doing? What? You should be laying eggs soon. You're old enough. You're almost 6 months old. You should be laying eggs. Well, I don't think you're that old, but you're about probably 4 months old. You should be laying eggs soon. Lay eggs. Lay some eggs. We want eggs. We only get 2 eggs a day now for like the last year. Oh, there's Mr. Rooster. He's out and about. Look at you. You gonna crow? Crow. 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 He's a little tiny rooster. Crow. I hope he's not a bantam rooster. I don't know what he is. Crow. He's gone. Look how much they ate this grass down. I can't believe how much they eat the grass down back here. Look at this. The reason why this is all grown up, by the way, I used to cut it down. But I realized, like, if there's hawks, they can hide in a hawk will be able to grab them because hawks will not swoop down if there's stuff over top of them, which is nice. But the only bad thing is it messes with the fence line because this stuff goes up the fence. But the chickens give them a place to sleep and hide and get out of the sun. They like it. And they also eat it down. They make a little pathway through here, as you can tell. They go up and down and around. Pretty nice. So, yeah. As soon as I get done with this, edit this video, I'm going to go work on my book after I get done editing this video. I wrote it in a couple weeks ago. It's kind of a slow process. I could basically restart it because I didn't really like it. I was too confined in the way I started originally. So I'm going to keep most of the ideas I had, but we're just expanding on it and making it easier to write. Because I don't like being restrictive when I write. I was just too restrictive last time. It's weird. I had like this world set up, but it wasn't fleshed out enough. And I'm trying to make a really good, like, fleshed out world, which would you do when you make a fantasy book. Because it's more fantasy slash adventure book. Definitely adventure fantasy. And I have an idea for another book, which is more sci-fi, futuristic. So, yeah, maybe I should write it instead, because I think I like it better than this one, and this sounds cooler in my opinion. But I don't know. I kind of want this one first. We'll write this one, and then we'll go from there. I don't know. I got 2 book ideas. I got, like, on my notes on my phone, I got, like, 3 pages. I got, like, a whole bunch of notes for this book, all written out. I got, like, basically the whole book thought about now, like 90% of it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the vlog. So, hi guys, I'm back doing a vlog. Didn't really do a lot today. Just walked the road, talked to a chicken, buried a chicken, which is kind of sad that it passed away. I thought it was gonna pass away anyways because it's getting old and it was having issues anyways. But it's in a better place now, hopefully. Anyways, guys, I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So roll the outro. Alright, guys, made it for the video of the registration, but I'll talk to you guys. If you want to watch more clear, subscribe down below. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So